It's finally here. Okay. Breathe. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about the Avengers Age of Ultron. And this is my most anticipated movie of 2015. If you watched my top 10 films of 2015 that I was looking forward to, you know that this made my list to number one, beating Star Wars The Force Awakens. So that's how much I was really looking forward to this. So did it deliver? Let's get talking about it. First of all, it is great to see the Avengers back together again. You know, all mingling and fighting together. It was really a lot of fun again. And it, reminded me about the original film, why I loved it so much. Seeing the Avengers all hanging out in the beginning was a lot of fun. There was a lot of funny moments at the party scene in the beginning. They all hanging out at a party with a couple of cameos that, some of them were cameos, some of them were... Yeah, they were cameos. And there's a lot of fun little jokes between the team, you know? It's good to see that these Avengers have a good sense of humor with each other. And it's good to see them actually, talking to each other. Because in the first movie, we didn't get to see that. It was only down to business in the first movie. This one, they actually get some time together. Some quiet time. This is a really more quiet film compared to the first film. The first one was more in the heat of the moment. This one is more of a personal film. I remember Joss Whedon saying that he wanted to make this one more quieter and more personal for the Avengers, and it really was that. And it's very enjoyable, obviously, especially when the heat of the moment does happen. Those parts are great too. It is a much more darker film too, so I wouldn't say like too dark, not like Dark Knight to dark, but it is, compared to the first movie, it is a more darker film. But there's still a lot of humor there that you enjoyed from the first movie. If you enjoyed the humor in all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, don't worry, this one has the humor there too. We also got a lot of new characters such as Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who I'll say they were good characters. I enjoyed them. I am going to say, though, if I'm going to compare Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver to Evan Peters from X-Men Days of Future Past, I am going to admit I enjoyed the Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past a lot more. I think, he's one of the highlights in X-Men Days of Future Past. Aaron Taylor Johnson, even though he did a good job, I actually didn't get bothered by the accents him and Elizabeth Olsen were doing. I actually thought I was okay with it. There are no big moments in this. Like, he doesn't steal the show. So, so when you look at it that way, I think the other Avengers have a lot of better moments than the Quicksilver in this movie. That doesn't mean I didn't like him or Scarlet Witch. I just think they didn't steal the show for me. They were cool characters, and that's as much as I can say about them. As for Ultron, the main villain of the movie, I thought he was really creepy. I wasn't too sure at first in the beginning how they were going to do this, because he is an artificial intelligence created by Bruce Banner and Tony Stark. And at first, the way they were building him up, I wasn't getting it. Like, I didn't connect to it at first. But then this scene where he comes into the room while they're all having a good time, it's so creepy and so disturbing. His voice and everything. It's just... He sold me as definitely one of the better Marvel Cinematic Universe villains. I won't say he's as good as Loki for me. I think Loki is just an amazing character. But I will say he's definitely in the top 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe villains. Maybe villain in general, I don't know. I'd have to do a list. Maybe one day I will. But he was definitely a great villain in this. And very threatening, and you felt that threat. I also want to mention the Vision, played by Paul Bettany in this movie. As most of you might know, Paul Bettany does the voice of Jarvis in the Iron Man movies, or wherever Iron Man has been, Jarvis has been voiced by Paul Bettany, who is, Iron Man's little computer program who talks back to him. And in this movie, he plays the Vision. So I am going to say there is a connection there with the Vision and Jarvis. And I don't want to say too much, but I was pleasantly surprised on how well he turned out. I'll just leave it at that. The action, the special effects, all of it was a lot of fun, really cool. You can always count on Marvel to deliver on that aspect. Other than that, guys, this was a really cool movie. I really enjoyed myself. I will admit, I didn't think it was as good as the first Avengers movie. This was definitely a larger film. Like, you can feel it. Like, they travel to other countries and destinations in this movie. We even go to a special place that a lot of comic book fans will definitely recognize, that is setting up in the events of another Marvel character. But I like the more heat of the moment type of scenario that the first movie was in, where in this one it's exactly like what Joss Whedon said. They were taking a little bit of a breather on this one, and it was more of a personal film. And even though I thought that was great story-wise, like, every scene was really interesting and engaging, and the character development in the movie was really great too. But I really love how loud the last movie was. I'm gonna admit that. For me personally, I didn't mind the more quiet stuff in this. Like I said, I thought it was great. I liked the dream sequences that each of the Avengers were having and all that. I just felt, and I am going to add that I felt the first movie also had that. Maybe it's not fair, but it did have that thing of being, this is the first time something like this is happening. Whereas this one, like, we already seen the Avengers together, so it kind of takes that specialness out of it. And, guys, 8 out of 10 isn't bad. So, the original movie, I know I gave a 10 out of 10. My mind could change later on, and maybe I'll like it even more, because I am planning on going to see it again a couple more times. Because with these type of movies, who knows what you've missed the first time around. And maybe my mind can change. But for now, I am going to give this an 8 out of 10. And I feel confident right now that that's where I want to leave it. And who knows? If my mind ever changes, you guys will for sure know when I do a list of something. So until next time, guys, go check out this movie if you haven't already. It just came out in theaters now, so it's wonderful. Go check it out, especially if you love the Marvel Cinematic Universe and what they've done. You'll definitely be pleased with what they have to offer. So until next time, guys, take care.